Hello everyone, my name is Zayred and I was really hoping to avoid this problem. But it turns out that while I was recording this, my
Peter,
headphones
I've been
were
trying
off.
to reach you all day. Are you okay?
I don't know
Are you
why,
trying to turn the
don't know
city
what I
upside
was
down?
doing that day,
I'm fine,
but
man.
they were
Stay
actually off
inside.
during this.
I'm more worried about you.
Oh no, don't even
So
do
I'm honestly
that.
just gonna try
This
and
isn't the
record
safest
audio
place in the
record over
city
this one
right
because I
now.
honestly do believe
My
that
sister
nothing
location's in
happens in
town.
this part.
Not so much. But we're safe and secure down here.
Let's hope it stays that way. I'll stop by when I can, May. Love you.
You too, Peter.
Peter won't stay safe, she's Aunt May.
Here's your stuff.
She's literally the only person I know with worse luck than you. And now also because of the fact that now that we are wanted by both Sable and criminals everywhere, we kind of have a lot of problems. No, I do like this, because after hearing the Sable enemies talk crap to you so much, you do get to take them down and their bases of operation. But I also do have to admit, there is one other good thing about you taking out Sable's base of operations in this game. Oh man, I love doing that.
The good guys.
And that's it. I'm honestly curious to see what happens because you can take out well, as I'm recording this, Silverline, the DLC just came out, the Silver Lining or whatever it's called. Like the final piece of Spider-Man DLC just came out, and I love its suits. Not to say that one and twos were awful. The first DLC actually gives me my favorite suit. It actually made me 100% complete that DLC. Which I gotta admit though, despite the fact of how lackluster people are
Got
saying the
eyes on
DLC has been,
Bikers escapees.
I have to
They're
admit that
hunkered
this
down
is
for the
really
long
good.
haul.
I'll send a team. But with all that's going on, it might take a while to get enough of my people together.
I don't want to think about what these guys could do in the meantime. I'll handle it.
Now then, I'm trying to remember exactly what I do here. Okay, I remember, because throughout this entire thing, I'm just like, how am I not caught? I do love the fact that if you listen closely there, you can actually hear the webs coming out. But anyway, I don't know if I mentioned this last part, but these are fortresses. They are everywhere in the city. They're another base for you to take over because in this part it gives you two different bases. There's the Sable bases and this one. Which, to be fair, even in the DLC there are cases, things like this. Where you have to fight against some people. We have to fight against a certain amount of people and do all the other stuff that comes with these. I kind of like those a lot more because of the variety of new enemies you have to fight. Although some of them can be taken out the same way you do other enemies. And some of them you have to be real careful with because they hit hard. Like harder than they actually should. And then there's that, I haven't played the newest DLC, but one of them looks like he's in a complete Sable mech. And it's not one Sable guy, it's one of the criminals, it's one of Hammerhead's goons from the DLC. But I'll get more on that when I cover DLC some more.
Marcus, what's good? Marcus?
Yeah, Marcus is out.
Eyes on him? I'm on it. Heading over.
No, but I got you in my sight. And once again, he's okay. They did the worst thing they could do, separate.
Hey, here am I.
And no one finds that suspicious. Alright. You know, at this point I could actually just end it.
now.
Let's see, how many are left? Though I also have to admit, I gotta get better with combat because once again, the DLC will beat me down and shoot me out if I don't. Gee, it's like he's been okay. Once again, hearing stuff like that has kind of made me realize just how stupid these guys are. I don't just mean them. I mean anyone in MCU willing to challenge superheroes. At least with the DC universe, when their sliding time scale, they make it clear that there have been people who with powers just equals heroes for years, and with people who have good stuff under them for the most part. In some cases. This does present a problem with like stuff like this and with things with the legacy. If it's the original character, I can understand perfectly why people be skeptical after a certain amount of time. This Spider-Man's been working for 8 years, so this makes no sense for them to be underestimating him. Though then again, that can also work in the inverse too, because well, look at Batman. In Beyond, he quit being Batman because he had no choice but to use a gun. If Spider-Man was that old, well, you know that people would be doubting him and basically still be wanting to try him. Sorry, but you're gonna be defeated. That plus, I gotta admit, I don't know if it's before, but I love the fact of the matter being that there are two different, one of the main things you can get in this is a chain finisher. It's my favorite thing to use. Well, that plus the added, health bonus.
Factions that existed within Rikers have stayed together now that they're out.
Explains why they're forming multiple strongholds instead of just one big one. They don't trust each other.
Works to our advantage. They're clumped together, but not so many they can't be dealt with.
Which I gotta admit is actually kind of stupid for them. I mean, I know because of prison they wouldn't trust each other, but think about it this way. You know, you gotta put up with your enemies sometimes. So why not work together with these guys? I mean, why not all work together? It makes it more difficult for everyone to catch up. It makes it more difficult for everyone to catch you all.
Sure are a lot of guys really eager to go back to prison.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what to get here. What to do here. That's the other problem with this game, too, for me. You got so much that could easily do this. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Thank you, Snowball. Yeah, she comes back in DLC. Both of them. Which I do hate because one of the things I actually did when I found out she was in the second DLC set was go, I actually went, no. Just no. I actually turned it off and started recording a later part. I hate Snowball that much. The only problem is I want to complete all that just for the sole purpose of whenever I do that. And by the way, I'm not doing all this extra stuff for the DLC. I'll just record the results of it because there is plot important stuff after that. I mean, after the points in there, and there is important stuff like some stuff about Black Cat, some stuff about Yuri. I'm not sure about the final DLC missions, but I know they have to have something like that. They'll also have to wonder, within story, where were the Magia families? Also, how come they didn't hire any of the villains to do their work for them? It couldn't be that hard. I mean, think about it this way. Shocker was able to be hired by the demons. Not so much hired, more like feared for his life of the demons. So it would have stopped these Magia families from taking over after Kingpin stopped his thing. And that's it. Oh my god, you can actually hear him struggling.
All clear for the cleanup crew. Tell locals they can go to the bodega now.
Nice work. Things are hard enough in this city without it turning into a giant prison yard.
You said it, Yuri. Okay, now I don't remember what I do next here.
Spider-Man, the Raft MVPs are back on the grid, laying siege to our police precincts. My men need your help. Now. Get to a vantage point in Midtown and I'll explain.
No problem. I'm sure nothing else bad is gonna happen.
No, 2 of his flunkies. Still searching for the doctor. I have to be honest. That one scares me. Might be the smartest supervillain I've ever encountered.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Hold tight, Captain.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure nothing else bad will happen while you're doing this. Well, to be fair, there's nothing more insane than a man who knows what he wants, will do anything to get what he wants, has had enough with the world, and has the technology to do something about it.
It's happened, people. The chickens have come home to roost. Of course, by chickens, I mean the lunatics who've escaped from Rikers Island. The home they're coming to is yours. Thanks to Spider-Man attracting these psychos to our city like moths to a flame. We had them all stashed right off the coast of Manhattan. If only someone had pointed out what a bad idea that is. Wait! I did. So listen to me now. Lock your doors. Arm yourselves with whatever you can get your hands on. It is now every man, woman, and child for themselves. And with reports that the Devil's Breath WMD has again been stolen, I have a very bad feeling it's only going to get worse from here.
Jameson, I absolutely hate you in this game. No, I think the worst part is, unless he's in the 3rd DLC pack or the 2nd one, because I still have to finish that one, I don't think we see Jameson at all in this game. And Jameson has no right to talk about releasing evils upon evil upon the world, when one of the evils is something you created to try and kill someone who saves people for a living.
Nope. That is not how you treat people in my friendly neighborhood.
Oh yeah, because I was trying to see if I could actually sneak kill at least a couple of them. Well, what happened there? Sorry, this footage messes up strangely every once in a while. I've seen it happen a couple times when I'm editing, but I don't know how to stop that from happening on my PlayStation. I can't do anything right now because I can only record off this PlayStation. In the future, I will be getting an Elgato just to make things simpler. But for now, I'm just stuck with this thing. I do have a computer now, which will how I'm going to start uploading everything after it's done editing on the PlayStation. But until then, I'm stuck like this. And down you go.
I'm definitely not giving Sable International a good review online.
No, you don't. Trust me.
I'm telling everyone, this Spider-Man worst day to like that.
Alright, who has the balls to shoot at me?
You know, I don't mean to overreact, but I'm starting to take this personally.
Bravo, engaging demon.
Oh no. Seriously? I hate that.
Sad part is, in an hour, these same guys will be back out chasing me.
Can anyone actually check that? Like an hour after you're done playing these rounds in the game, they'll be back to chasing you?
The neighborhood just got a little less friendly. Maybe I can dismantle this outpost before they have a chance. Yeah, we need to have a talk about boundaries.
Alright, who's next? Okay, so it actually does damage you a little bit, apparently. And I only know that because of the shock thing I have equipped to Spider-Man.
Sort of flattered that Sable set up a million rooftop posts just to hunt for little old me. Sorta.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. During the playthrough, I actually did lose track of time. Thankfully, I'm not editing that out just so I can explain why. I was in the middle of doing a couple of things. But after I found out that I still had a good amount of time left on me, I decided, you know what? I can do this for a little while longer. Alright, next up. Let me see here. I forget what I'm doing because once again, this one is basically just filler. You can skip this one if you want to. Again, with the DLC, I'll basically be leaving in the final results if I can.
All units, officers needed to neutralize the riot.
Because in a few of them, that's actually really simple to do.
Stand by for further instructions.
Some of them I do remember being more difficult to do, but that's just because the DLC actually is really challenging.
Okay, Captain, got eyes on. Fill me in.
Rhino's assaulting the Upper West Precinct.
Oh, I take it back. This isn't all
Electro's in the
filler.
Upper East. We need you to turn the tide. Head to either. They're both equally screwed.
And so now we must make the choice. I think I choose, not Rhino. Yeah, I think I do choose Electro. Which, if you ever get a chance to, look at Electro's face real quick. Because the fact that his original design and his mask will be really, really goofy looking, they decided to change it up a bit. If you look at the scar on his face now, it's basically his original costume. Which is an attention to detail I do like. And I do believe that actually is a really cool way of having a bit of both in. I'm gonna die. Huh. I didn't remember surviving that earlier.
Peter, are you available? We need help at Feast's sister site uptown.
The Veteran Center in Harlem. What's wrong?
Men from Rikers are demanding food and supplies. The staff are barricaded inside, but they need help. Miles and I are headed there to evacuate the staff.
Don't do anything until I get there, May. I'll meet you in Harlem. May sounds exhausted. I really hope she isn't sick. Need to help Yuri, then get to Harlem.
Me too. It's not like it's Aunt May in a story. I'm serious, because there are certain, I know, because there are certain fans who still don't, who still want, Free Spider-Man become an event involving Aunt May.
That was like a crazy modern western.
Hey, I remember now. I do choose Electro, I believe.
Armed fugitives are assaulting a police transport.
And in case you're wondering why I'm wasting my time doing the missions in between this, there's one good reason. That counts. And I'm serious, it actually does count for you if you manage to do these missions properly. Well, counts towards your tokens and towards your percentage completion. So this is, honestly, it is better to do this than just hold it off until later.
Yuri, I'm nearing the Upper East Precinct.
Good. Electro and the demons are boxing my men in. The setup is complicated. You'll understand when you get there.
Yuri Watanabe, master of suspense.
Indeed. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up here. It shouldn't be anything too bad.
All units, armed fugitives are assaulting a police vehicle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. From now on, every single story mission I do, whenever I do get the story, you're going to be equipped with this suit.
Please mobilize on Museum Mile.
In case you're wondering why, well, this is the main suit. Well, this one and the Spider-Verse one, which is basically the same thing. Or I also like to call this suit DL, the DL suit. God, I do feel really bad for Spider-Man now saying that, because he lost both his creators this year.
This isn't good. Transformers are charging the building, trapping the police inside. Yuri, complicated was an understatement. I'm gonna have to disable these transformers to free your men.
Even if you manage that, they'll still need your help with the demons.
That's why I'm here, ready to serve all your electricity and demon-related needs.
This shouldn't take long, or at least too long. Because all you gotta do here is what they said there, take out the transporters. Which is really easy to do. I had to take out these guys, of course.
Two down, three to go. Man, I did not miss dealing with Electro's elaborate supervillain antics while he was in the raft. Trapping the police with a network of energy transformers? Who does that?
Only someone who's capable of doing that. Let's face it, if anyone had the power to do it, they would. It's the same reason why I'm glad stuff like Devil Fruits couldn't be real. Because let me put it this way, Trafalgar Law's power would only be used for one reason if Trafalgar Law was a real person. To steal.
How do you even get that thing attached? And it can't be easy to fly like that. They trained specifically for this one obscure scenario? So many questions.
Yes, seriously. Alright, so I think there's only one left to go. Is there three? Is either 1, 2, or 3 left? No, there's after this there's one left because I know there's one on the ground.
Only one more.
Ow! I think that one shot just took a fourth of my health. You know the funny thing is, I can actually cheese this by knocking them over. Alright, who's that? There it is. Ah, save them all for the end. And thus it's all gone.
Police are free, but demons aren't backing down. Need to lend a hand.
AK just beat down everyone you can.
No blood jokes today. Spiders are arachnids.
Yeah, I love this. This is the quip power. Basically what it does is mean that whenever Spider-Man's quipping, his taunting actually harms you. I love that. I love that. But to be fair, I kind of would rather have seen it. Actually, no. Spider-Man and Deadpool would be the heroes who I love to see that ability with more than anyone else. Which does make me incredibly glad it's in this game. And time for the snowball trick. No, you don't. Alright, where's that next person? Besides the one behind me.
Yuri, your men are safe. What's next?
Get to the Upper West Side. We're trying to shelter civilians, but Rhino isn't making it easy.
He never does. On my way.
Yeah, we're gonna take it on next time. This has been Zayrad, everybody, and until then.
Pete. Hey, Pete. Hey, May wanted me to call you. Things at the Veteran Center are not good. Convicts are trying to break down the doors. Mary Jane's here, but we're getting people out to the basement. We need more help. I hope you can get here soon.
I need to finish with the precincts fast and get to Harlem.
Attention units. Police vehicle is under